On the same page, I just stayed right here. Romans chapter 1. Chapter 1, verse 24. Book of Romans. Paul's letter to the Romans. Chapter 1, verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. JD Nye, your word of truth. Bible teaching with Jeff Deloach. Jeff Deloach. Welcome. Heavenly Father, don't let us wander away into the weeds of uncleanness. Keep us close to you. Keep our hearts and minds focused on you and your love for us and our love for each other. We love you. We honor you. We praise you. We bow before you. We thank you over and over again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because we have an attitude of gratitude. Because it's a love channel. Amen. All right, guys. I love you. For real. I love you for real, for real. You guys have taught me so much. And not by comments, not by likes. It's the algorithm and the way some videos take off and some don't. And it gives me a general understanding of what I should do to love you, how I should love you. I'm learning. It's been a long road and I'm stupid as fuck. I haven't learned, darling, I haven't learned how to be nice. I haven't learned I'm learning how to show my love. Probably one of the biggest issues in my life. I have a heart full of it, but I don't know how to express it in the world. It's weird. So anyway, enough about me. Thanks for being here. You've taught me a lot by what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear. So some stuff I'm still going to teach it because you need to hear it even if you don't want to hear it. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. I'm not going to overdo this one because I could really jump off into all kinds of different paths that we could take to talk about this, but I'm going to let the Bible teachers, the study Bible people explain it. It says, verse 24 through 32. This is the section that I should have found the other day when I was talking about Choo Choo Charlie and these groypers, these underground nihilistic Gen X men that are losing faith in the world, and they're losing faith in their ability to be a man to a woman and to love a woman and to have a woman love them. Their brains and their hearts have been so twisted, and they don't see any reason to get married, have children, trust a woman, love a woman, trust themselves with a woman. all that. It's a mess. And so a lot of these guys are picking up weapons and shooting people. Really sad that it's because of this right here. God gave them over to this reprobate mind. It says God gave them up. This giving is not permission. For example, God lets them do what they want to do, or privative, i.e. God withdraws his gracious help. It's judicial. This is where your judgment comes in. I always speak to you guys that this is where we're judged. In Ecclesiastes 3:15-16, it says, I saw under the sun was the place of judgment, and righteousness was there, and wickedness was there. What was Jesus talking about when he was Solomon? He was talking about, he figured it out. The earth, the place under the sun, the flat plain under the sun, is where judgment takes place. Where we see unrighteousness, wickedness, and we also see righteous judgment, righteous things. This is where everything gets litigated. This is the court of, this is God's court yard. It's the prison, it's the jury box, it's the courthouse, it's the police squad car, it's everything all rolled into one. This is judgment place. That's what Paul's talking about right here. He says it has nothing to do with letting you do what you're going to do, or whether he's going to give you some grace, because he can give you grace if he wants. It's the reason these things happen is because you're being judged for your wicked thoughts. Let me continue. It says, this giving is not permissive. God giving them up. He's not just going, okay, go do what you want. No, he's saying, now that you don't listen to me, I'm not gonna spank you anymore. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. And this is why I explained to you guys, don't be telling each other what to do. God has a plan for everyone. Listen to him. He has a plan for you, and he has a plan for her and him. We all have a different plan. And that's why I try and explain that so you can understand who I am. This is my plan. My plan is to teach a certain spiritual reality that a lot of people you don't really want to hear, or you don't think it's true. This is my plan. There's truth. That's why the channel's called Word of Truth, darling muffin, sweet pea. It's judicial. He's judging. They were blinded not because God withdrew his light, but because of the judicial acts of God, whereby he delivered them over to the natural result of their unbelief and action. You don't end up butt fucking your roommate in a raccoon costume because God says, that's all right, there's no women for you. You guys just play your little furry games. And then when you're so pissed off, just grab a rifle and go shoot someone's neck off. There was something missing. There's something missing in the parenting of these Mormons. I'm not saying Mormons in general. Religious belief doesn't. It's a good example of religious belief. Choo Choo Charlie's religious belief. He got judged too. That's what people don't understand. Choo Choo Charlie got judged for his God giving him up. And this kid got judged for God giving him up. They were on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Charlie Kirk was rich and powerful and had people behind him and was doing all kinds of propaganda for the, I can't say it. You know who he was doing propaganda for. And this other kid had all the brains, all the potential, but he wanted something that he wasn't getting. He wanted a girlfriend. He wanted to spank some butt. He wanted a girl. He wanted a girl, but he couldn't get a girl. Or he thought he couldn't get a girl. So they were judged. They were given up. They were given over to God. God said, okay, you guys are going to be this stupid? That was a good example of God's judgment. Choo Choo Charlie went down the wrong track. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened to him. He put himself there. That's what this is. That's what Paul's trying to tell you. It's not about what you're doing as much as how you feel about what you're doing. Do you like what you say? Do you believe what you say? Are you doing it out of love? Are you doing it out of peace? Are you doing it for God's will? Or are you doing it for your selfish little self? Are you doing it to make yourself good? Are you good? He delivered them over to the natural result of their unbelief and action. When they followed the lie, they began to walk in conformity to the lie. That's rapture. That's a lie. It's not going to happen that way. It would, believe me, it will not happen that way. That's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. And you people can believe me or not. You can believe rapture if you want. You're going to learn a hard lesson. God let that lie ferment, and he let that be said over and over and over again to see if you were dumb enough to believe that. And a lot of dumb Christians, they haven't read the Bible. They don't know about judgment. They don't understand. We just read it in the last video. It's on the same page. God's righteous judgment. You can't judge yourself. You can't judge other people. Oh, I'm going to heaven. How do you know, nigga? You're God? And not only do you think you're God, you think everyone that believes rapture like you do, they're gods too. They know what's up. We know what's up. We know we're gonna walk on the clouds. God's gonna come get us. We're gonna dance and have a party and watch all those wicked people. All those bad people are gonna have to go through great tribulation. What? What? Everybody's going to have tribulation. Nobody gets out of... Even I have tribulation. I have a big bunch of judgment coming my way. If you know you're going to get judged, you behave better. That's what Paul said over here. But after your hardness and impotent heart treasured up unto yourself wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of God. You're building up your lack of understanding and lack of love and lack of sacrifice unto your brothers and sisters and unto God's will. Your lack of sacrifice unto God's will is building up his anger towards you. God's the judge. Let him judge. Man, the surf came up. I was thinking yesterday, man, I'd like to get out of town and go surfing. I'm going to the doctor for my ear on the 25th. I could probably get an ear infection. By then I'd be at the doctor and he can give me some more drops. It's a good time for me to surf and see what happens. Have surfers here. Brutal. 90% closed. exostosis. The bones are growing. I should have put in earplugs 10 years ago and I didn't. This is the judgment I get for not paying attention to people saying, you better wear earplugs. Judgment. When they followed the lie, they began to walk in conformity to the lie. This is the kind of lifestyle described. 3 results of the Gentiles' rejection are given. God gave them up to all forms of uncleanness and its consequent actions. God gave them up to all forms of sexual depravity and its consequent actions. And God gave them over to a mind that would not retain him in its knowledge and in its consequent actions. That's why every day I get on this YouTube, I get on this phone, and I grab my Bible. It's fucking hot. And I do these messages because I have this drive to be with God. I love being with God. It's part of my nature to love this word, the truth, the word of love. It's a love channel, darling. Sweet pea. Come on, darling. Muffin. Love you guys. What happens when you shit. I wanted to talk about not being vengeful. It's part of the same idea. Is it? Do you want to jump off now? Because basically what this says, I'll move on. We'll go to vengeance is mine. The Lord is going to destroy these wicked people that aren't thinking right. And there's a lot of them. They're called MAGA. They're called maggots, darling. They're called maggots. They're all clumped together at the bottom of the trash can, all gooey and crawling all over each other in a cesspool of fucking dried up chicken bones and spilt orange juice. You ever seen a bunch of maggots at the bottom of a trash can? Ooh. Basically what this goes into is they started having sex with each other. Men with men. For God gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Even women don't like dick anymore. They don't like men. They don't like men touching them. And they don't want to touch men. It's weird. What happened to that natural affection that we had for each other? And likewise, the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust, one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. This Tyler Robinson cat, I don't know if he was actually, I don't believe everything the media says anymore, but it makes a little bit of sense. It's not that it doesn't make sense. The dude has no hope in the world. His best friend dresses up like an animal so they can have sex. It's funny that it says this. Listen. They changed the truth from God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator. They're worshiping a dude in a fucking bear outfit or a raccoon outfit. They're bowing down. They're worshiping the creature. Isn't that interesting? God said they're going to worship the creature. So they dress up like animals. They dress up like creatures and then have sex. What? Or some people are having sex with animals. They're like, I don't need a boyfriend. I got my dog. little peanut butter, and off she goes. Sorry. I'm telling you, you run from God, you'll turn into a sick fuck. I mean, do what you're gonna do. I'm not telling you not to. If you want to dress up like a raccoon and have your if that get your gooey going, but make sure you care for each other, for real. Yeah. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. It's not convenient to get shot in the neck, get your neck shot off. It's not convenient to get up on a roof with a 30-06 and shoot somebody's neck off. It's not convenient to do it in front of thousands of people and to a well-known celebrity type that everyone knows, that'll go. It's everybody knows about Choo Choo Charlie and the Spiders from Mars now, don't they, darling? Right? Choo Choo Charlie and the Spiders from Mars. Oh. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Paul just lays it on. It's like, wow, dude. You've been really thinking about this, haven't you? Right? He's like, let me see. How many different ways do people turn into fucking animals? Backbiters, proud, haters of God, despiteful, inventors of evil things. That reminds me of the girl that's trying to get me in trouble with the courts. How does she think of just lying to try and take my life away? To try and take my freedom away, take my money away, take my time away, my time, for a little fucking fender bender? What is that all about? I don't. And then the courts go along with it. They're like, wow, there must have been at least $500 damage to your scratched hood. And you know how expensive car repairs are. That $500 is a nothing. That's a big nothing. My insurance would have paid that in a second. Big deal. I don't get it. It's a good example. Sorry I digress, but darling, that's a good example. I'm a good example of just exactly what's going on in this shithole. Man, people are just wicked. She is brutal. Who, knowing the judgment of God, no judgment, people, brothers and sisters. Darling, muffin, sweet pea. Judgment is, that's what you need to fear, is the judgment of God coming on you and turning you into a fucking backbiter, truce breaker with no natural affection. You don't really like anyone. You just like yourself, right? This is a love channel. You gotta love each other. And God. What else does he say? Unmerciful. Unmerciful. Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. See, there's not only maggots, but there's the leader of the maggots, the slime, the swamp that creates the maggots, the swamp creates the maggots because it's a gooey, biological brew of bullshit, these maggots are following the swamp. They know what they're doing. They all get together and they all get I'll be back. I wanted to talk about vengeance and what it means. I'll be back. I'm out.